and it's looking like today is a sea of greens. We are certainly starting to look more healthy as we've kicked off the weekend with Green Day, and as we can tell by the crypto bubble, that we're finally seeing a lot of greens. We have Jasmine that's up by 12%, Core up by 17%, where can I find Soul's up by 4.7%, and there are a couple of memes that are doing pretty well, such as Shiba Inu at 11.5%, Render, okay, it's not doing well, at least it's on the green. Pepe, good old Pepe is at 8.4%. End of the day, guys, we're still got to be watchful, or should I say mindful, in terms of where we are likely to head over the next few days. So the most important thing we have to always do is to quickly jump into the BTC chart and see where it's going on. I'm still, at least for the short term, bearish on BTC because we've in fact broken down below these key levels, which means that ultimately we should be expecting a further move back down to the ground, or at least back into this level right up here. And that level is roughly around about $51,000, and it looks like that we are still on the verge of completing this move to the downside. So that would mean, even today we are seeing greens, but don't be surprised and shocked if we do see a much more further pullback. So with that said, hello everybody, welcome back to TONN Crypto for another video. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, quite simply subscribe up here, hit the bell notification, and you may go through my videos at a later date. Why don't we just concentrate on this video first before you do that at all. Now, I always like to do a little BTC technical analysis because ultimately the reason why we're seeing green today is primarily because of BTC. We see a little candle forming up here, which means it has a huge knock-on effect on the chart, whether we're bullish or bearish. Zooming in slightly into the Bitcoin chart, and what we can see is this. We have been brought up here very quickly, where we've made this nasty moves to the down, but then we've been brought up straight away and turning that into a small candle there and into a hammer candle, which is just like this one right here for the red candle, because we've got a long wick to the bottom, small body on the top, so that is a hammer candle. So usually whenever you find it's a hammer candle, then if we do see the next candle turning into a green candle and slightly bigger than this one, then we should be continuing our way to the upside. That is still remain to be seen. We just need to sit back and just watch what goes on with BTC. Now, if you like to capitalize on a short-term trade, you can do so by using BTC chart, because ultimately, let's say for example, we head over to text tools, and if we go look at any of my list over here, let's say for instance we go over to Baby Brett, and if we go into the 4-hourly chart, and why don't we just do a widescreen, and what we can see is, okay, so it's looking quite bullish in terms of the structure of the chart. All we now need to see is a continuation to the next leg up, and that should be right up here. Now, potentially this could be a short trade. So let's say, for example, you do get in anywhere around about here, and your first target should be right up here. So let me just draw a horizontal line so I don't have to keep on pointing to that next leg up, which is right up here. And that should be our target. Let's pull out the measuring tool so you can work out how much percent you will get in this trade. So from here today is an easy 142% move to the upside. That is not too shabby on the short term. Now let's take a look at a bigger time frame and see where we're at the overall directional bias, because this is the key to figure out where we're gonna be over the next few days or even weeks. Right, okay, so the chart looks very bullish. So if we continue to form one more green candle, then I'd be quite convinced we should be heading away back up here. But that all depends on BTC, because the more we drop much further down towards that $51,000, and then we should be expecting Baby Brett to fall down as well. It may even come all the way back down to this level down here. And that will be not so catastrophic but it still be quite bad, at least on the short term. But overall, I'll be looking to add more to my bags because each time we drop is always worth backing up more of any of these memes or cryptocurrencies, because ultimately when BTC decide to smash its way back up to that 71 plus $1,000, around roughly around about up here, then the rest of the market will be even more bullish. And as we can see, currently Bitcoin, once we do get back into the range up here, then we just need to wait and see once we do break up above this level right up here in order for us to be even more bullish. And that would mean the rest of the space will be going up even more. So guys, always try to use BTC to give you an indication and an idea where the rest of the charts will be heading and whether it's worth for you to enter a trade. Because if you're not used to the volatility and you don't want to see yourself in a loss, then perhaps wait until you see BTC flip this area right over here. Then ultimately you want to see us flip this area here to get back into this zone up here before you look to trade any of these memes, because effectively, or should I say, it should actually by default raise up the rest of the meme space. And that is a quite straightforward how you should be able to look for a possible short-term or long-term trade. If you like a short-term trade, now would be the time if you would like to get right into it. And then right now, we're going to go through some of the alpha memes that I reckon is going to be extremely bullish over the next few days to the next couple of weeks. So why don't we head over to TONN, because TONN has been doing exceptionally well. In fact, since my last video, we were at roughly around about $20 million, and now we are by $7 million. I could only see this meme going up to a much more bigger heights. In fact, I reckon this one will get to billions very, very quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised to see TONN, in fact, eclipse Maneki market cap. Let's try to look for Maneki now. Here's Maneki. Maneki is currently at around about $63.52 million market cap, whereas with TONN is at $27 million market cap. So that means we're a little less than 3x away to reach Manicae's market cap and beyond. And that's why I do believe TONN is definitely one of the cream of the crop when it comes down to memes. Cat memes will be exploding in this fall season, and TONN would definitely lead the way. Just bear in mind, guys, if you like to buy some TONN, you will need to cross over to the TONN network. I will show you in a later date how to get into TONN, how to set up your wallet, and how to buy cryptos and meme coins via TONN in the next coming videos. But let's continue with my alpha plays. TONN is definitely one of them, and the next one is Success Kid. Success Kid is still going to be one of the alphas for me, because I reckon we're still going to see some crazy move coming in for Success Kid for multiple reasons. One, it is in fact an OG meme, and there will always be an OG meme for that factor. It's been circulating around online for so many years. And on top of that, if you take a look at circulating supply, we have exactly 88.88 million. That is insane. That is super tiny. So that means if we compare, TONN circulating supply is at 988 million, even though it's doing exceptionally well, but I still reckon Success Kid would do crazy good. If we then compare the market cap size between Success Kid and Turbo, Turbo is at $274 million market cap. And I reckon Success Kid can most definitely get up to 247 million and higher in this bull season when it comes down to the market cap size, and will dwarf Turbo, that is for sure. And remember guys, everything that I say in this video is not financial advice, it's just for educational purposes, so you may use information however way you wish, but please make sure you always do your research. Now let's head over to Brett. Brett is also another alpha play. Even though we're not going to see like 100x 1000x gains from Brett, but I'm sure we can at least see another 10x move from here. And if you're looking to enter onto a trade, to be fair, it would be nice if we all entered here. In fact, the minute that we retested this zone right up here, that would have been a decent trade. But instead, now can still be a decent trade for a short-term gain. So if you look to get into a trade now, for instance, and you target right up here, that'd be another 34% move to the upside. But would I hold for the long term in this position right here? No. If anything, I would hold just to collect that 30% move to the upside. Ultimately, if we do see BTC, then let's check what's going on with BTC. All right, so BTC is not looking too bad right now, which means we could at least head away back up here before ultimately choosing a direction whether we continue to go up or to the downside. But if you do come back up here, that means if you enter now into Brett around about here, and then you wish to target, then your target should be in this level right up there, and then that would be a good trade to get in from now, targeting up there, providing BTC does continue to push its way up to these levels right up here. Now for the long haul, I do believe Brett will in fact go 10x from here. The current market cap is at $1.21 billion market cap. We would only need to see $12 billion market cap, which is not too shabby, guys. Can we get much higher? Who knows, guys? I doubt many of these memes will go absolutely parabolic, but I believe the real world use case cryptos will in fact reach to like at the top end of the billions, maybe even trillions. But there'll be another video on that. But for the meantime, let's carry on with the video. And then we're going to swiftly move over to Bird Dog because I reckon Bird Dog will in fact do really well over the next couple of weeks. If we were to quickly zoom in to the charts, actually let's zoom in proper. Now, as long as we do hold this level right over here, and if we're ever to come back up to retest this level there, before breaking it to retest the last all-time highs, we just need to see that we crack through this level here first. The important part is whether we remain red candle on the day. If so, we might see a little bit further continuation back down to the downside, but ultimately we do need to drop down in the time frame to the 4 hourly or even less depending which one you prefer to use, but I prefer to use a slightly bigger time frame to give me a better directional bias when it comes down to these crypto trades, to give me an idea whether I should buy or sell. But anyway, going back into the video, it's looking like that this could be here a retest, quite possibly. If anything, I'll just be waiting until I see a break above structure, which means if we break above right up here, let's pull up a smaller horizontal line just so you can see for yourself. So if we do end up breaking up above from this line here, let's turn that into green. Then I'll be looking for a long trade, and my first target will be anywhere between here and there. It all depends on how the price action reacts to once we reach to those levels. We have just printed a new candle, so we need to keep an eye on what goes on here. Of course, that's if we're looking for a trade on Bird Dog. But if we do push back down, another area that could be worth entering, which will be from down here. Either way, guys, I can just enter now, for instance. And then whether we drop much further, just add more to my bags with the view of us eventually coming back up and break this level in order for us to continue our way to the upside. But anyway, I'm going to try not to keep this to be a technical analysis channel, just going to show you exactly what I reckon is going to happen with the charts. But if you'd like to learn to how to do your technical analysis and when to trade, you may jump into my YouTube membership channel. I'm no longer using my Patreon, so if you are looking for assistance or you'd like to find out how to trade better, jump onto my YouTube membership so you can see that for yourself and you can try that out for yourself. But anyway, and these are certainly my alpha plays because I reckon these memes I mentioned today will do really well for the upcoming bull season. In fact, the large share of the majority of the crypto space will in fact do really well. But the ones I mentioned today, I reckon they would do exceptionally well. So hopefully you do find this useful and informative, guys. If you haven't done so already, head over towards my YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification, scroll down, and check out my last few videos, and I'll see you all in